Good morning, everyone. Myself Tanya. My moderator is Dr. Preeti Mishra. The topic for today's presentation is theories of learning. This is the overview of the presentation. Now, what is learning? It is referred as the relatively permanent change in behavior through experience because of interactions with the environment. Morgan, King, and Sloper define learning as any permanent change in behavior that occurs as a result of practice of experience. This above definition states three important elements: that it is a change in behavior for the better or worse, it is a change that takes place through practice or experience, and before the behavior can be learned, the change must be relatively permanent. That means lasting for a fairly long time, usually days, months, or years. Now, the first topic in theories of learning would be behaviorism. In behaviorism, it is based on the idea that all behaviors are acquired through conditioning, and conditioning occurs through interaction with the environment. Behavioral theories are centered on environmental influences that include associations, reinforcements, and punishments. First would be classical conditioning, which suggests that learning occurs when an association is formed between a previously neutral stimulus and a naturally occurring stimulus. It was conducted by Russian physiologist Ivan Pavlov, in which a natural stimulus was paired with the sound of a bell. The dogs would naturally salivate in response to food, but after multiple associations, the dog would salivate to the sound of the bell alone. This is another example of classical conditioning. In this video, it was shown that there was no initial response to the word green, but after few responses, she was conditioned to respond to the word green by spraying water on her. But after she was differentiated between the word green and purple, she shows no response to the word purple. Then she showed response to the word green, even though the stimulus was not there. Another would be operant conditioning. In this, a learning process in which probability of response occurring is increased or decreased due to reinforcement or punishment. It was first studied by Edward Thorndike and later by B.F. Skinner. The underlying idea behind operant conditioning is that consequences of our actions shape voluntary behavior. For example, your child might learn to complete their homework because you reward them with treats and or praise. This is an example of reinforcing behavior. The punishment would be you punish the child when he or she is showing negative behavior. Third is observational learning, a process in which learning occurs through observing and imitating others. It was well demonstrated by a Bovedal experiment in which people will imitate the actions of others without direct reinforcement. For example, a teen's older sibling get a speeding ticket with the unpleasant results of fines and restrictions. The teens then learn not to speed when they take up driving. This was an example of observational learning. The second theory is cognitive theory. The cognitive approach to learning focuses on how attention, memory, and information processing contribute to acquisition of knowledge. One of the best known cognitive learning theories is Piaget's theory of cognitive development. He gave 4 stages how a child learns about the world and processes information. First is sensory motor stage. During this period of cognitive development, children learn about the primary world through their senses. Second is pre-operational stage. This stage is marked by emergence of language and learning through pretend play. Third is concrete operational stage. During this stage, kids begin to utilize logic, but still think about the word very concretely. Fourth is formal operational stage. At this point, kids begin to use deductive reasoning and can understand abstract hypothetical ideas. Third is constructivism theory. The constructive approach to learning characterizes learners as active participants in the process who play in constructing their knowledge, influenced by the work of psychologist Vygotsky. The two main concepts are more knowledgeable other, in which the Vygotsky described the more knowledgeable other as anyone with an understanding or ability level higher than the learner. Second is zone of proximal development. It is the range of knowledge or ability that a person can display with the help of more knowledgeable other, but that they are not yet capable of performing independently. Fourth is experiential learning. It involves learning from experience, given by the psychologist David Cole. This type of learning can be defined as the process whereby knowledge is created through the transformation of experience. It takes a more holistic approach and emphasizes how experiences, including cognition, environmental factors, and emotions, influence the learning process. For example, one person may choose to begin learning by reflection by observing other people as they drive. Another might prefer to start more abstractly by reading and analyzing a driving instruction book. Yet a different person could decide to jump right in and get behind the seat of a car to practice driving on a test course. These are the references